Welcome back into Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum College, where it's the Pioneers of Tusculum taking on the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears here this afternoon. Your starting lineups first for Lenoir-Rhyne. They'll start at guard, 5'8", a junior from Cherokee, North Carolina, Kendall Tunita. They'll start at guard, 5'5", a senior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, a transfer from Georgetown University, Justice Swingo. They'll start at forward, 5'11", a sophomore from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, Jackie Denny. And their leading scorer and start player at forward, 5'11", a junior from Taylorsville, North Carolina, number 35, Maddie Sutton. Lenoir-Rhyne under first-year head coach Cameron Seeley, a 2012 Lenoir-Rhyne graduate. It wasn't too long ago she was breaking the hearts of Pioneer fans with her point guard play and three-point shooting. Now she's trying to build her Lenoir-Rhyne team and alma mater back to the national power that it was 4 and 5 years ago. The Pioneers will start at point guard. 5'4", a sophomore from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Mia Long. The two wings, a 5'9" junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Sydney Wilson, and a 5'8" junior from Ocoee, Florida, Yelizma Kubidon. The two posts, a 6' junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Casey Johnson, and a 5'9" junior from Nashville, Tennessee, Matoria Patton. Pioneers under head coach Devin Carter. Coach Carter, in his third full season as the Pioneer head coach, now 34 wins, 39 losses. He's 2-3 all-time against Lenoir-Rhyne, but the Pioneers victorious against Lenoir-Rhyne in Hickory, North Carolina. Back on January the 6th, the Pioneers came away 71-56 winners. Pioneers will face the Lenoir-Rhyne team again, now led by head coach Cameron Seeley. She was a 4-year starter for Lenoir-Rhyne from 2008 to 2012. She scored 1,400 points in her career, which ranks 6th all-time in Lenoir-Rhyne history. In her 9 games against Tusculum College, she averaged 10.8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and they won 6 of their 9 contests against the Pioneers when Cameron Seeley was a player. What I remember about Cameron Seeley is when we thought we were making a comeback, she would knock down a timely 3 that would put the nail in the coffin of the Pioneer comeback. Lenoir-Rhyne will wear their road pink uniforms today, as this is play for K-Day. The Pioneers in their home white, but with orange shoelaces. The coaches in all pink, including Devin Carter, with the snazzy cream blazer to go with it. And all of the staff here on press row in their pink as well. The opening tap controlled by Lenoir-Rhyne, and we're underway here from Pioneer Arena as Kendall Tunita brings it into the front court, picked up by Yelizma Kubidon. On the right wing, Cassidy Joyner dribbles to the top, lost the handle, got it back, and kind of juggled it into the hands of Justice Swingo. Backdoor cut and a travel. It would have been stolen anyway, as Justice Swingo was looking for Kendall Tunita. Yelizma Kubidon would have come up with the steal, but the travel was called on Justice Swingo anyway. So the Pioneers get the basketball as Lenoir-Rhyne turns it over. Their first offensive possession. Casey Johnson, wide open 3 from the top is good. 3-point basket. Casey Johnson off the assist from Mia Long, and the Pioneers show full court pressure on the inbound and back court. Pioneers tip the inbounds pass. Sudrith gets it safely into the hands of Swingo, and Lenoir-Rhyne sets it up at the top with Tunita. This is Joyner on the left wing. Picked up by Casey Johnson on the switch. She'll stay with her. Now Justice Swingo with Mia Long. Backdoor cut. Pioneers did not call out the switch, and wide open on the backdoor cut was Kendall Tunita. She puts it up and in, and LR's back within 1. Pioneers switch. They didn't call out the switch. Pioneers were guarding 2 at the top, and that left Tunita wide open on the backdoor cut for the easy 2. 3-2 the score. Inside dish. Nice move. Patton puts it up and in off the glass. Notoria Patton with the bucket underneath pushes the Pioneer lead back to 3 at 5-2. Pioneers with Kubidon against Sudrith in backcourt. Trap comes on the timeline. 2 seconds to get into the front court, and they just did get it across the timeline with maybe, I'm not going to guess, but the shot clock said 20. Let's just say that. Nice dish underneath, and a bucket is good for Lenoir-Rhyne. Pulls the Bears back to within 1. When the shot clock says 20, that means 10 seconds have come off the clock in the back court. I'm not a mathematician, I'm just saying. Kubidon lost the handle underneath, still in the lane by Justice Swango, ahead to Kendall Tuinita, and LR brings it back the other way. Inside dish, Denny, turn, shoot, shot off the glass, is up and in. Jackie Denny with the transition bucket. Lenoir-Rhyne takes the lead, 6-5 the score. Kubidon drives baseline, floater on its way, it's good. Nice driving bucket from Yelizma Kubidon as the Pioneers reclaimed the lead at 7-6. Kubidon drove baseline, put up a floater, and got it to go. Tough shot. Justice Swango in backcourt will be picked up by Mia Long at the timeline. Forced it across the timeline to Kendall Tuinita, and she'll set it up at the top against Kubidon. Backdoor cut, Swango. Kick out. Deep left corner three. Joyner got it to go. Cassidy Joyner with the three from the corner. Lenoir-Rhyne reclaims the lead once again at 9-7. As a good dribble drive from Lenoir-Rhyne, leaving Tuinita wide open in the corner. This will be Wilson for the Pioneers from the corner, trying to answer with a three of her own. It's off the mark, and the rebound's pulled down by Tuinita. LR looks to run. Maddie Sutton pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good. 5-0 run by Lenoir-Rhyne, 11-7 now their score. The score, Lenoir-Rhyne's largest lead, and a turnover in front court by the Pioneers. Head coach Devin Carter checks the clock as he's hoping to wait for that under 5 media timeout and let his team play out of it. Inbounds feed in backcourt goes to Maddie Sutton. Tipped away from behind Casey Johnson. Regains control to Sutton. Check that, does Sudrith. I get Maddie Sudrith and Maddie Sutton confused. One place for us, one place for them. I'll try my best. Justice Swango at the top. On the dribble. Pass tipped by Wilson out of bounds, and Lenoir-Rhyne will retain possession with 14 seconds on the shot clock. LR will inbound. Side front court. 6:30 to play in the quarter. Pioneers trail by 4. Kendall Tuinita, lob pass inside, out of the reach of absolutely everybody. To use a football term, the nearest receiver was Jackie Denny, but the pass was incomplete and out of bounds. So the Pioneers will have the basketball on the turnover, down by 4 with 6:30 left to play. Nobody touched it, so the Pioneers will inbound side backcourt for them. And Mia Long will bring it into the front court against Justice Swango. All the way through the lane, all the way to the hole, off-balance shot. A lot of contact. The ball was nowhere near the rim, and evidently Mia Long did all of that without being touched or the ball being touched, because it's going to be Lenoir-Rhyne basketball. Mia Long is better than that, so I'm going to say somebody had to touch that basketball, because she's never missed a shot by 35 feet before. Driving is Joyner underneath the Sudrith. Shot no. Rebound pulled down by Patton of the Pioneers. Tusculum comes back the other way, still down by 4. Pioneers could use a bucket in the middle of a scoring drought. That's a good way to get one. Casey Johnson wide open for 3, but couldn't knock it down. Long rebound. Pioneers had both there, Casey Johnson and Kubidon. They just looked at each other and let the ball go out of bounds, and Lenoir-Rhyne will have the basketball. Just a mental error there by the Pioneers, as nobody there for Lenoir-Rhyne. Tusculum had Johnson and Kubidon, and they just both looked at each other like, you get it, no, you get it, and nobody got it. 11-7 the score, 5:42 left to play in the opening quarter. It has not been a pretty opening quarter for the Pioneers. Backdoor cut, Tuinita, shot, no, rebound pulled down for the Pioneers, and Patton out with feed to Mia Long. Mia looks to run. Long into the front court, right wing feed to Sydney Wilson. Head fake, dribble drive, nice dish to Johnson, outside to Kubidon. Now she will drive, trying to leave it for Patton, out of her reach and out of bounds. And another turnover on the Pioneers, giving the basketball back over to Lenoir-Rhyne. Ashley Rodriguez, a 5'10 junior out of Orlando, Florida. I'll be there next month. Nice place. Will replace Cassidy Joyner for Lenoir-Rhyne. Also into the game comes Carly Bearden, a 6-foot sophomore out of Dawsonville, Georgia. Home of Bill Elliott. Worthless information, folks. Right wing feed, Justice Swango. Entry pass down low, goes to Bearden. Turn, shoot, shot, no. Rebound tipped, out of bounds. Last touch by LR. And the official didn't see it, and it'll be LR basketball. And we've reached a media timeout. We head to a break. 5 minutes exactly left to play in the first quarter. It's Lenoir-Rhyne 11, Tusculum 7. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Once again,
the official that had the best view evidently didn't see it go out of bounds off of Lenoir-Rhyne and did not overchange the call, so it will be Lenoir-Rhyne basketball, even though it obviously went out of bounds off of LR. Inbounds feed to Maddie Sudrith, no harm, no foul. Rebound by Casey Johnson, so it's Tusculum basketball anyway. Tusculum into the front court with Mia Long, deeper in the left corner, off to Lovely Locklear, who checked in during the timeout. Sydney Wilson will get a breather. Lovely Locklear to Mia Long, looking inside for Patton. It's not there against the 2-3 zone from Lenoir-Rhyne. Kubidon for three. Off the mark. Rebound Patton. Put back no. Rebound Patton goes back up with it and puts it up and in. Matoria Patton working hard on the glass. Gets the rebound put back and pulls the Pioneers back within two at 11-9. Outlet feed ahead to Tanita. No, but a foul, and Tanita will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul going on Yelizma Kubidon. That'll be her first, the team's first. And head coach Devin Carter showing the athleticism as he jogs to the end of the floor to keep from talking to the official. Free throw is up and in from Kendall Tanita. Set to check into the game after the made shot will be Cassidy Joyner, as she will be in for the shooter Kendall Tanita if she makes this shot. She does, and she does. Into the game for the Pioneers comes Condrea Duke, also into the game for the Pioneers. Callie Patterson, out comes Patton, and out comes Yelizma Kubidon. And the Pioneers will inbound down by 4, 13-9 the score. Double team trap comes. Mia Long says, and just dribbles right past it. Nobody in this league is as quick as Mia Long. Long gets away with a push-off and now sets it up at the top. Right wing feed, Lovely Lockley looking inside for Duke, trying to post up. Johnson will fire for three and knock it down. Three-point basket, Casey Johnson, her second three of the first quarter, and the Pioneers are back within one. Long pass in backcourt, dangerous pass is secured in backcourt by Bearden. Across the timeline to Maddie Sudrith. Pioneers down by one on the defensive end of the floor. Will work against Lenoir-Rhyne with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Justice Swango sees a seam. She drives all the way to the hoop. Shot no. Sudrith put back no. Rebound Casey Johnson to the Pioneers. LR got to the hoop but could not get it to go, and the Pioneers come back the other way. Long to Casey Johnson. It's a head fake. Floater from in front is off the glass and in. Casey Johnson drew the defense to her after she had made two in the quarter. They came out to defend, and she just drove right by the defender and put it up and in. The Pioneers have reclaimed the lead at 14-13. Justice Swango dribbling at the top. Head coach Devin Carter screaming out the defensive instructions as his Pioneers weren't where they wanted them to be. Left-handed layup from Bearden is blocked out of bounds by Casey Johnson. Marie Ritchie, a 6'1 senior from Taylorsville, North Carolina, into the game. As out goes the 5'10 Ashley Rodriguez, as Lenoir-Rhyne will inbound underneath their own bucket with 9 seconds on the shot clock, as Casey Johnson blocked the would-be Bearden shot out of bounds. 3:03 left to play in the quarter. If I seem excited, it's because I am. I hadn't done a game in like 4 weeks. Good to be back. Maddie Sudrith, jumper, free throw line, good. That is where Maddie Sudrith is the most dangerous on the floor. She will knock down the free throw line jumper like a machine. And she just did, and her team reclaims the lead. 15-14. LR with the lead. Tusculum with the basketball. Duke on the inside. Double team trap comes. Scramble for it. And going for a loose ball, Condrea Duke is whistled for the foul. No one had possession of the basketball. It was a scramble for the ball on the floor. And somehow, Condrea Duke committed the foul. Both players dove, and the official is contending that she dove through Justice Swingo. Well, let's see here. One is 6'4", the other one is like 5'1". They both dove. One's just smaller than the other. It's not Condrea Duke's fault she's so athletic and muscular. And anywho, no harm, no foul. LR cannot convert at the other end. Pioneers will have the basketball back. Frustrating call for the Pioneers, but LR didn't get any points out of it, so it doesn't really matter. Casey Johnson, right wing feed to Callie Patterson, still working against that 2-3 zone. Entry pass Duke, quick pass Lovely Locklear, will fire for three. That one's off the mark. Offensive rebound, Callie Patterson dribbles back out, and the Pioneers reset with a fresh 30-second clock. Duke triple team, kick out Lovely Locklear. Spins to Mia Long. Long looking inside. Skip pass to Callie Patterson on the right wing. Cross-court pass to Lovely Locklear left wing. Dribble, step back three, got it to go. Lovely Locklear with the crossover dribble and the step back three. And the Pioneers reclaim the lead 17-15. That was a thing of beauty from Lovely Locklear. Dare I say a lovely shot from Lovely Locklear. I just did. I'm corny, I know. Cassidy Joyner, Justice Swingo right wing, back to Joyner through the lane, pass underneath, off the hands of Lenoir-Rhyne and back over to the Pioneers. That'll quickly get Kendall Toinita back into the basketball game for LR as they look discombobulated without Toinita on the floor, who runs the point for LR when she's in the game. They'll get Toinita back in, and she'll guard Mia Long in backcourt. Mia Long splits the double team like a lightning bolt. Left wing feed, Callie Patterson. Right wing to Lovely Locklear. Locklear guarded by two. Somebody has to be open. Casey Johnson at the top. To Mia Long, left wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Long will drive. Scoop shot off the glass. Got it to go. Mia Long shot that from her hip pocket off the glass and got it to go. The Pioneers lead by 4. Their largest lead of this first quarter. 1:04 left to play in the opening quarter. 19-15 the score. Double team trap comes at the timeline on Maddie Sudrip. She'll hand it back to Kendall Toinita. Casey Johnson comes out to defend. 52 seconds left to play in the quarter. 14 on the shot clock. Sudrip spins on Duke. Spins right into Lovely Locklear. Left open is Joyner for three. And shot is no good. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Mia Long, it's a 2-on-3. Ahead to Locklear to the hole. Shot no. No foul call. Rebound pulled down by Lenoir-Rhyne. Looked like a lot of contact, but it was at the other end of the floor, so we'll take the officials' word for it because their word's the only one that really matters. Kendall Toinita with the basketball. Left wing feed to Joyner. Joyner hands it off to Justice Swango. Gets a screen at the top, now drives. Kick out on the left wing to Toinita. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Inside pass, Maddie Sudrich. Shot no. Rebound, Lovely Locklear. Shot clock turned off. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Lovely Locklear dribbles on the right wing. Picks up her dribble, now 5 seconds. Mia Long with 4 seconds. Patterson will fire with 2 and knock down the 3. And the first quarter will come to an end with a 3-pointer from Callie Patterson. We've played one with your score. Tusculum 22, Lenoir-Rhyne 15. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
If you're listening on the video feed and you're listening to me and Nathan Hubbard talk to each other, exciting news. Chick-fil-A's coming to Tusculum College in July. Been waiting on that since I was about 5 years old. Lovely Locklear with the basketball for the Pioneers. Pioneers up by 7. Callie Patterson with the jumper from the corner. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Keandra Duke, and it's tipped away and taken away by Maddie Sudworth. Ahead to Joyner. Into the corner, Justice Swango, and a foul as doing battle is Casey Johnson and Jackie Denny, and they're going to get Casey Johnson with the foul as Denny was trying to get position and was being held by Casey Johnson. That'll be her first. It's the team's first of this quarter. Only one foul called in the first quarter of play, and that's awesome because nothing slows down a game like a whistle. Air ball pulled down to the air by Lovely Locklear. Locklear through the lane to the hole. Shot rolls. No, but a foul, and Locklear will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Lenoir-Rhyne going on Maddie Sudworth. That'll be her first. It's the first team foul called on Lenoir-Rhyne of the quarter and the game. But now only 3 total fouls called in this game, which is wonderful if they could just keep that up. Lovely Locklear, free throw, back iron, no good. Scores elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference. 2:51 left to go in what I assume is the opening quarter because he didn't tell me. LMU 13, Coker 9. A minute 58 left to play in the opening quarter. Mars Hill leading Queens 20-13. That would be an upset. As the free throws are up and in, and the Pioneers lead 23-15, 8-point lead for Tusculum. Justice Swango with the basketball, as Tusculum made 1 of 2 at the line. Swango dribbles on the right wing. With it at the top, Jackie Denny. Carson Newman already all over Catawba, 12-3. And Anderson leads Wingate 19-14. That would be a big game for the Pioneers, as Tusculum in that 3-way tie in the South Atlantic Conference with Anderson and Catawba. Catawba more than likely going to lose today because Carson Newman, I'm just going to be honest, they may be the greatest women's basketball team ever assembled in the South Atlantic Conference. To quote Brian Staten, even that Jasmine Gunn team. With the basketball, Justice Swingle on the right wing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Pass goes through the arms of Sydney Wilson into the awaiting arms of Kendall Tonita, and her shot is no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Condrea Duke. Elise McCubidon was so wide open in the deep left corner, she was already thinking about her shot before she caught the basketball. Goes through her hands and out of bounds, and Lenoir-Rhyne will give it back. Lenoir-Rhyne will have it back with 8:48 left to play in the second quarter. Pioneers lead by 8. Tornado in backcourt working on Maddie Sutton, who just checked into the game. With the basketball on the left wing, Joyner. Picked up by Yo-Yo. Guards are at the top. Handoff to Justice Swango. Tipped by Lovely Locklear, but Swango got it back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Swango drive. Shot blocked by Condrea Duke. Picked up by Kendall Tonita. Jumper with 2 seconds on the shot clock is no good from Bearden, and then a whistle and a foul going to be called on the rebound. Falling to the floor is Jackie Denny, and the foul is going to be called on Jackie Denny. So Denny is the one that fell to the floor, but she gets whistled for the foul. It was away from my vantage point. I don't know what happened. Denny gets whistled for the first foul. It's the team's second, and the Pioneers will have the basketball leading by 8, 23-15 with 8:19 left to play second quarter. Maddie Sutton in backcourt gets into the hands of Yeliz McCubidon. Back into the hands of Sutton, who dribbles it across the timeline, hands it off to Lovely Locklear. Pioneers behind 8 points from Casey Johnson, leads by 8 with 8:02 left to play in the quarter, and Sutton threw it away. Sutton threw it right into the hands of Tonita. She will drive and then be found from behind by Maddie Sutton, but a good job by Maddie hustling back and at least making Tonita earn it at the free throw stripe, as the foul on Maddie Sutton will be her first and the team's second. And Casey Johnson up off the bench, set to check back into the game for the Pioneers. Tonita at the line, where she is 2 for 2 in this game. She has 4 points, and they now make that 5 as she's make that 5 as she's now 3 of 3. Duke comes out as Johnson comes in, and Tonita will be back to the free throw line to shoot her second, which is up and no good. Rebound, Maddie Sutton. Sutton clears it for the Pioneers. They're in the hands of Lovely Locklear. And the Pioneers have the 7-point lead with the basketball with 7:50 left to play second quarter. This new coach's stripe is really annoying to me because they can stand right in front of me. Maddie Sutton threw it away again. Swango tried to steal it. Sutton tried to save it, but right into the hands of Jackie Denny. Justice Swango dribbling into the front court, picked up by Sydney Wilson. That was a travel as she changed pivot feet. No call. Now she's trapped. She threw it in back court, and it'll be over and back on Lenoir-Rhyne. And head coach Cameron Seeley does not like the call on the over and back, but Lenoir-Rhyne gave us 3 options of how they could have turned it over just then. The official just picked one. It was a travel, then a foul, then an over and back. So I respect Cameron Seeley as much as anybody in this league, but she really doesn't have anything to complain about. Jumper no good by the Pioneers. Rebound pulled down by Justice Swango. Ahead on the right wing to Joyner. Cross-court pass to Tanita. Now in the lane, it goes to Bearden, who turns and kicks it back out to Joyner. Sutton comes out to defend. Joyner dribbles to the free throw line and resets with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Lob pass inside. Wilson, guarding Denny, backs her way up and puts it up and in. That's a mismatch. Jackie Denny, a 5'11 forward, being guarded by Sydney Wilson at 5'9 and about 110 pounds dripping wet. That's just a defensive mismatch by the Pioneers. Casey Johnson to Wilson to Sutton in the deep right corner. Back to the top and lovely Locklear to Sydney Wilson. She'll fire for 3. Shot short, no. Rebound, Maddie Sutton. Sutton. Long pass to Kubidon, who has to save it from going out of bounds and right in the hands of Swango. Ahead to Tornita, who puts it up and in. Not a good exchange by the Pioneers as a turnover leads the points for Lenoir-Rhyne, and the lead is all of a sudden cut to 3, 23-20 with 6:10 left to play in the opening half. Pioneers have turned it over 8 times in this first half, and a missed shot on the inside is rebounded by Lenoir-Rhyne's Jackie Denny. Tornita will bring it across the timeline, escorted by lovely Locklear. Cameron Seeley screams out the instructions for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears on the offensive end of the floor. With the basketball at the top, this is Justice Swango. Maddie Sutton comes out to Finn. Swango puts it on the floor on Casey Johnson, dribbles in. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bearden will fire from the free throw line and knock it down. Good defensive stand by the Pioneers, but we forgot to guard Bearden at the free throw line, and she knocks it down as the shot clock was winding down. The lead is now 1 for the Pioneers. It's been as big as 8. It's down to 1. Lovely Locklear for 3. Shot short, no. Rebound pulled down by Cassidy Joyner. Pioneers need a defensive stop to stop the run from Lenoir-Rhyne. The car ain't broke down, but right now it's leaking oil. From the corner, Twinita, shot no. Rebound pulled down by Maddie Sutton. Pioneers need some points. Do not want to let Lenoir-Rhyne in the half on a run. Entry pass, Casey Johnson, turn, shoot, shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Kendall Twinita, and nobody on the inside was there to rebound for the Pioneers. And Lenoir-Rhyne comes away with the rebound. Pioneers do have the rebounding advantage, 15-11, however. Cassidy Joyner gets away with shuffling her feet and then turns it over. Lovely Locklear with the steal. Swango trying to catch up. Locklear to the hole, puts it up with the left hand and puts it up and in. Timeout, Cameron Seeley will take it with her. 4:33 left to play in the second quarter. It's Tusculum 25, Lenoir-Rhyne 22. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Tusculum College Sports. Once again,
Pioneers are shooting 45.5% from the floor, but they've turned it over 9 times. And Lenoir-Rhyne with 10 points off of those 9 turnovers. You too young for Ferris Bueller's Day Off? 9 times. 4:33 left to play in the second quarter. Pioneers lead by 3. Lenoir-Rhyne with the basketball with Maddie Sudrith in backcourt. Cross-court pass to Justice Swango. Has a wide-open player underneath, but she juggled the basketball. Now has it into the hands of Cassidy Joyner. But Lenoir-Rhyne will have to reset with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Swango, with her juggling activity, missed a wide-open opportunity for Lenoir-Rhyne. 8 seconds left to play on the shot clock. Inside to Maddie Sudrith. Turns on Patton. Shot short, no. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Pioneers got away with a lot of contact underneath on Sudrith, that defensive possession. Patton wide open underneath. Mia Long to Patton, and Patton puts it up and in. Pioneers push their lead back to 5. 8 has been their largest lead of this game. They lead by 5 with 3:45 left to play second quarter. With the basketball at the top, Cassidy Joyner. Joyner, left wing feed, goes to Kendall Tornita. And a drive, they'll call the foul on the floor. And I believe it'll be, no it won't. Casey Johnson was in the area, but the foul's going to be on Matoria Patton, which is probably a bit of a break for Tusculum, because it's just the first on Patton, and Casey Johnson still has just 1 foul. It's the third on the Pioneers, and Lenoir-Rhyne will inbound underneath their own bucket with a fresh 30-second clock and 3:33 left to play in the quarter and the half. Lob pass inside. Ritchie goes to the hoop strong on 2 Pioneers. Maddie Sutton and Patton were both there, and Ritchie just went between them both and muscled it up and in and pulls Lenoir-Rhyne back to within 3. If I enunciate Rhyne when I say Lenoir-Rhyne, you can thank the late John Duggins for that, who always reminded us it is not Lenoir-Ryan. He was an LR grad, and so was his niece, Joanna Roberts. Turnover in backcourt nearly by Kendall Tornita, but Justice Swango chases it down and throws it across the timeline with 1 second left before the 10-second clock. And a ticky-tack foul call is going to be called on Mia Long, defending Justice Swango at the top of the circle. The foul on Mia Long will be her first. It's the team's 4th. And inbounding right in front of the press table will be Ashley Rodriguez. Lovely Locklear defending. Sudrith gets it at the top, hands it back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, right wing to Tornita. Puts on the floor with the left hand, gets a screen from Ritchie. Now has a pass tipped and taken away by Mia Long. Long on Swango to the hole shot, no, but a foul. And Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot it 2. Good job by Mia Long. She saw Justice Swango getting there, and she just initiated the contact to make sure she got the foul call. Headsy play from the Pioneer point guard, Mia Long. And the left-handed flat-shooting Mia Long will be at the line to shoot a pair, with her team leading by 3, 27-24. We have some very unique free throw shooters on this team this year. Mia Long shoots it as flat as anybody I've ever seen, but productively. And Condrea Duke shoots it one-handed, which I've never, ever seen, but productively. Long makes 1 of 2, and the Pioneers lead by 4, 28-24, 2:37 left to play in the second quarter. Maddie Sudrith has it in backcourt. Back to Kendall Tornita. She brings it across the timeline, and LR will set up at the top with 2:30 to play in the quarter. Pioneers leading by 4. Cassidy Joyner now to Tornita on the right wing. Fakes the handoff, goes inside to Maddie Sudrith, working on Callie Patterson and puts it up and in. That's a defensive mismatch for the Pioneers. Callie Patterson can't do much to slow down Maddie Sudrith. Wilson for 3, knocks it down. Hello, Sydney Wilson knocks down the 3 from the right wing, and the Pioneers push their lead back to 5. 2:05 left to play in the quarter. Maddie Sudrith gets it in backcourt, lobs it across the timeline to Ritchie. LR will have the basketball in front court with 1:57 to play in the quarter, down by 5. Tornita with it on the left wing, fakes the handoff, goes inside to Sudrith, who this time is guarded by Sutton, but it's the same result as Maddie Sudrith has the last 4 points for the LR Bears. Mia Long drives, kick out, stolen away. Kendall Tornita with the steal. Mia Long giving chase, stripped it away from her off the knee of Tornita, and the Pioneers get the basketball back. What an unbelievable athletic move by Mia Long. Have I ever mentioned that her sister is an All-American track star in Michigan? Ever. Have I said that? Mia Long, whose sister is an All-American track star at the University of Michigan, is every bit as fast, her words, not mine, as said sister, and she just showed it there. Mia Long came out of nowhere to strip that basketball away from Tornita from behind, and oh, by the way, stripped it off of Tornita's knee and out of bounds. The Pioneers got the basketball back. Mia Long's been fouled at the timeline, so I have time to tell you about this play because that was just unbelievable. Mia Long was like a burnt defensive back coming out of nowhere to make the game-saving or the touchdown-saving tackle. That's what just happened. Maddie Sutton with it at the top of the circle. Right wing feed to Kubidon. Into Duke, who turns with the left hand. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by LR. It's been a sloppy at times, yet extremely exciting first half. 1:08 left to play in said first half. Pioneers have only scored 9 points in the second quarter. And a jumper from the free throw line. What I tell you earlier, Maddie Sudrith is automatic from right there. Do not let her have that free throw line jumper. She is 3 for 3 from there today. And she pulls her team's deficit to within 1. Sudrith now has 10 points. Kubidon to long left wing. Three-pointer on its way from Mia Long is short, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kubidon. The light above the Pioneers' backboard just went out. And the Pioneers have the basketball with 30 seconds left to play. So the Pioneers are now shooting at a darker rim because the light above it just went out. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Duke on the inside. Outside Wilson. Wide open three on its way. In, out, no. Rebound Sutton and a foul. And Sutton should earn a trip to the free throw line because this, I think, is the 5th team foul on Lenoir-Rhyne. The foul on Cassidy Joyner, her first, the team's 5th, and Maddie Sutton at the line shooting 2 with her team leading by 1. Free throw is up and in. Maddie Sutton will have a second. As Sutton gets her first point of the basketball game, she can push her team's lead to 3 with the second one, which is no good. Rebound pulled down by Joyner. LR basketball. Shot clock turned off. 10 seconds left to play in the first half. LR can tie the game or take the lead going into the halftime locker room. Maddie Sudrith, turn, shoot, shot, good. Pioneers inbound with 1. They won't get a shot off. Well, we played a very exciting first half. The reaction you hear is Sydney Wilson's three-quarter court shot was good, but well after the buzzer went off. And we've played a half with your score. Tusculum 32, Lenoir-Rhyne 32. Back with more of the Lady Pioneer basketball after this as you listen on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Tusculum College Sports. Once again,
welcome back into Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum College. The Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, with a comeback in the second quarter, have knotted things up here at halftime. Tusculum 32, Lenoir-Rhyne 32, as we're here at halftime of Game 1 of our South Atlantic Conference doubleheader. Game 2 of our South Atlantic Conference doubleheader, the Pioneer men will take on the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Now joined by Pioneer men's head coach Nick Pasquin. Coach, let's go back to the Carson-Newman game, and kind of a reoccurring theme this season. First 5 minutes, last 5 minutes. It's just been the Achilles heel of the Pioneers this year. And I know if you had a magic potion, you'd use it. So it's not that simple, but it just seems to be happening a lot this year.
It has been. You know, we went back and looked at it, and the first 4 minutes, if you combine the first 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half, we got outscored combined 20-3. And you lose the game by 9, and you get outscored the first 4 minutes of each half by 17, you're digging yourself a hole that you can't get out of. And, you know, for whatever reason, we've tried changing warm-ups. We've tried different starting lineups. We've tried setting people different places on the bench for when they go in. I mean, I've tried just about everything we can think of. And we just, for whatever reason, we just get off to a slow start. We dig ourselves a hole, then we play really well, and we compete, and we get after it, and we make some plays, and we make shots, and we do some decent things on the defensive end and get ourselves back in the game, and then we just kind of fade at the end. Just so you can. I don't know if it's happened so much now that it starts to get in our guys' heads that okay, it's going to happen again, and we just can't fight through it. But hopefully that's not the case today.
Well, today you take on a Lenoir-Rhyne team, a team that likes the dribble drive. They love to penetrate the lane. Toby Okafor came back against Carson-Newman. This Lenoir-Rhyne team is who he got injured against in Hickory, and defensively you're just a different basketball team, especially against the dribble drive without Toby. So good to have him back, especially against the Lenoir-Rhyne team that takes away what they like.
Yeah, and you know, he was totally dominating the game on the defensive end of the floor before he got hurt at Lenoir-Rhyne, and he was blocking everything. We're altering everything, and when he went down, you know, that's when they came back and tied it at the end and sent it to overtime. But, you know, we put him in. We were struggling defensively against Carson-Newman, put him in. He blocks the first 2 shots, and that just made Carson-Newman think, when he's in, should we even try to go in there, which is huge for us because outside of him, we don't have any rim protection. And he gives it to us. You know, he's been hurt all year, and you know, you always sit and wonder what it would have been like if he'd been healthy all year, protecting the rim for us. Our zone, our press, everything would be so much different. This is a Tusculum team that's kind of, I call them a 3-point shooting team, but for whatever reason lately we've not been a 3-point making team. Right. And we've kind of lived and died by the 3, and we've continued to be that because that's our MO. Yeah. What needs to change with that, or do we just need some shots go in? We just need to see some shots goes in. I don't think we're taking bad shots. We're taking open shots. We're getting good open shots. We're moving the ball. We're executing our stuff pretty well. We're just you're right. We're a 3-point shooting team. We're shooting a lot of them, and we're shooting 35% right now as a team, which is not. When you're going to shoot as many as we do, you got to shoot in the 40s, low 40s, to really be effective trying to do what we're doing. We don't have an inside game. You know, I looked at it yesterday. We've only had 18 post-ups the entire year, and it's just how our team is made up between the guys that were returning from last year's team, the guys we were able to get in here before school started here. You know, they're pretty all perimeter oriented, and when we're making shots, you know, we score 102 the other night, and we only make 11 threes. I never thought that would happen, but we did a pretty decent job driving the ball to the basket and scoring in transition too, which is huge for us. You know what you got to do? 3 games remaining. Yeah. You're 2 games out of the 3 teams ahead of you. You need a little bit of help. Yep. But it's a team that, I mean, you got to go 3-0 with 3 games left. And you know, we started this stretch. Our last 6 games, you know, we looked at it. We thought, okay, if we could, you know, and all those teams have been a 1-2 point game. If we can get these 6, then we'll be here. And then it was like, if we get these 5, we'll be here. Now, you just got to win them all. You can't. I mean, if you lose one of them, you know you're done, and you still need some help even if you win all 3 of them. So all we can control is what's in front of us. We can't worry about the other stuff. And you know, if we would have handled our business throughout the year, we wouldn't be in this situation. We had every opportunity to win a lot of games, and just either a defensive rebound here, a missed layup here, a bad foul, bad call there. You know, it just we're where we are, so we just got to try and take care of what we can do. I'm not trying to get deep or philosophical on you, but it's the first chance I've had to talk to you. Yeah.
first-year head coach here at Tusculum College.
Yeah.
It's been a learn on the fly a little bit. Being a first-year head coach, you had a different job at King than most assistant coaches, but it's been an experience.
It has been. It's been a learning experience that, anytime you're an assistant, you always think you got the answers. And then whenever it's your turn, you got to make every decision ultimately falls on you. It's a totally different – you look at things totally different. It's a totally different pressure that you feel. Even when you're coaching, if for somebody like Coach Pitts who puts a lot on you and expects a lot, and you feel that pressure, well, that's pressure. But at the end of the day, he's still a head coach, and he's won all those games, and he knows what to do. And now all the pressure's on you. So it's a totally different mindset. It's been very humbling at the same time, too. You always think you'll come in, I got all the answers, we're going to turn around year one, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And, we've been able to do a lot of those things, more so on the offensive end. Our defense has really been kind of has plagued us all year, and that's been the frustrating part, trying to figure out, this is what we want to do going forward with the program, but, at times we can't do it with the personnel that we got right now, and trying to figure out, how do you build going forward, but you also want to give yourself a chance to win every night. And, one thing that I've been proud of is we've been very competitive all year. I mean, there hasn't been a game outside of LMU and Queens that we have not had a chance to win, and it's just, me learning those end-of-the-game type things to be better there. Our guys learning how to win and close games out has been a process too. So, I'm hopeful that all that will lead into us being able to finish these 3 games out, and then as you look into the building the program in the future, that all those close games going forward, we'll be able to win them.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time.
Right.
Good luck
Thank
today.
you.
We'll chat with you after the game. Head coach Nick Pasqua, his comments before his team takes on Lenoir-Rhyne. That's in Game 2 of our South Atlantic Conference doubleheader. Back with your first half statistics of Tusculum versus Lenoir-Rhyne in our women's game. Again, your score at halftime, Tusculum 32, Lenoir-Rhyne 32. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
for Tusculum College Sports. Once again,
it'll be Lenoir-Rhyne basketball to start this second half as Tusculum and Lenoir-Rhyne knotted up at 32. LR gets it in backcourt to Kendall Toinita, picked up by Yeliz Makubidon, and we are underway. Second half action here from Pioneer Arena. With it at the free throw line, Denny backs her way down on Patton. Shot no, but a foul going to be called on Matoria Patton. Good job by Jackie Denny backing her way down, drawing the foul, and she'll earn a trip to the free throw line. As the foul on Patton, her second. It's the team's first here of this third quarter. And Jackie Denny can break the tie with the first free throw upcoming for her. First free throw is back iron, no good. Jackie Denny in that first half, 4 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. It's her first trip to the free throw line in the game. She'll have a second. Denny, free throw, good. Denny makes good on the first. Lenoir-Rhyne gets the ball first and strikes first here in this second half as they lead by 1 as the Pioneers bring it to the front court. Sid Wilson for 3, got it. 3-point basket, Sydney Wilson, and she starts the second half with the 3-point bomb for the Pioneers. Kubidon went for the steal, didn't get it. Ball's into the hands of Maddie Sudreth. Pass for Justice Swingos, tipped and taken away by Patton. Patton to Yeliz Makubidon to the hole. Shot blocked out of bounds by Maddie Sudreth, but the Pioneers will have the basketball inbounding underneath their own bucket off the steal from Matoria Patton. So the Pioneers, off of a 3 from Sydney Wilson, will have the basketball back inbounding underneath their own bucket. Lob pass to the top of Johnson to Wilson. She'll fire another 3. This one's too strong. Rebound saved by Johnson and out of bounds. LR basketball down by 2 with 9:18 left to play in the third. What is happening in the conference standings that the Pioneers need is happening. Both Anderson and Catawba losing. That is who Tusculum is tied up with 6 losses in the conference. It would be nearly impossible for the Pioneers to catch Carson Newman and Wingate. So a Pioneer victory and a loss by Anderson and Catawba would lead to the Pioneers being in third place in the South Atlantic Conference, which is probably the best they're going to do, which would secure them a first-round home game. As Carson Newman all over Catawba, 41-13, and Wingate leading Anderson 34-29. Wilson to a wide-open Yeliz Makubidon. The entire bench shot it with her. It was off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Johnson out to Sydney Wilson at the top. Mia Long will reset the offense with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson gets the basketball. Left wing to Mia Long. Long to Kubidon. Back to Johnson. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Wide open Mia Long will fire for 3. This time the bench didn't shoot it with her. Didn't help. She missed it anyway, and LR comes away with the rebound. Ahead to Cassidy Joyner. Joyner, Sudreth, drives, kick out, Swingo. Head fake drive, dribbles in the lane, now dribbles back out of the lane. Nothing there. Good defense by the Pioneers. And there's 14 seconds on the shot clock. Tipped and stolen away by Mia Long. Swingo trying to catch her. All the way to the hoop. Put it up. No foul. Rebound LR. Devin Carter beside himself. On the drive. This is Joyner. Basketball goes off the foot of a Pioneer, and Lenoir-Rhyne will keep possession of the basketball on the kicking violation as LR will inbound on the baseline with 25 seconds on the shot clock. LR inbounds it to Sudreth. Sudreth drives baseline. Oh, my. Sudreth passed the handoff to an offensive player. Faked the handoff. Pioneers bit, and Sudreth had a wide-open drive to the bucket. And a turnover for the Pioneers. Stolen away by Joyner. Joyner on the drive. Lost it out of bounds. It should be Pioneer basketball. Nobody touched it, and it will be. Break for the Pioneers as they turned it over, but LR could not convert. And now Cameron Seeley it's her turn to harp at the officials. So Devin Carter and Cameron Seeley they've each had a turn discussing their opinion with the officials. Just saying, hey guys, how you doing? It's been a good day so far. Casey Johnson, right wing to Kubidon, into Patton. Shot, no, but a foul. And Patton will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul going against Jackie Denny. That'll be her second, team's first. And Patton at the free throw line for the Pioneers. Matoria Patton with 6 points, 4 rebounds, and this is her first trip to the free throw line. Patton free throw is side iron, no good. As the official tells Devin Carter on that missed layup from Mia Long, I know it looked bad, but I can't call a foul just because it looks bad. I didn't see any contact. That's a pretty good answer. I respect that answer. Second free throw is up and in for the Pioneers and Patton, and the Pioneers lead 1-1 once again, 36-35. Wide open Joyner all the way to the hoop, put it up and in. Sydney Wilson went for the steal, didn't get it, and it left Joyner wide open for a layup, and LR reclaims the lead 37-36. 6:58 left to play in the third quarter. Kubidon to Long, back to Johnson at the top. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson will drive, picks up her dribble, kick out Wilson. She'll fire for three. That one's off the mark. Rebound tipped around, battled for. Kubidon comes away with it for the Pioneers. Kick out to Long, to the top, and Wilson. She'll drive, kick out to Johnson. Head fake, she'll drive. Pull up jumper, short no. Rebound, Justice Swingo of Lenoir-Rhyne. Great offensive possession for the Pioneers, but they come up empty on two opportunities, and LR has the basketball, leading by one. Maddie Sudrith with the basketball at the top. Johnson comes out to defend. Sudrith picks up her dribble. Right wing feed goes to Twinita. Kubidon guarding. Twinita drives. Shot tipped out of bounds off of the Pioneers. And Lenoir-Rhyne will inbound with 7 seconds on the shot clock. 6:09 to play in the quarter. LR leading by one. Inbounds pass is tipped out of bounds by Casey Johnson. 1 second by rule. Comes off the shot clock. It'll be 6 seconds on the shot clock. And LR will do it all over again, this time in the corner. Inbounds Joyner, handoff Joyner. She'll fire for three and get it to go. Patton came out to defend, had a hand in the shooter's face, but she got it to go. And it pushes the LR lead to 4, 40-36 now the score. Lenoir-Rhyne with the lead. Entry pass, Johnson. Outside for Patton, tipped out of bounds by Lenoir-Rhyne. Lovely Locklear up off the bench, set to check back into the game for the Pioneers. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 5:42 to play in the game, or in the third quarter, excuse me. Pioneers down by 4. It was tied at 32 at halftime. The Pioneers had a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter. They were outscored 17-10 in the second quarter, and they've been outscored 8-4 here in the third quarter. Kubidon outside to Lovely Locklear. Patton working hard to post up. Lovely Locklear finally goes there, but it was after Patton had already given up, so Patton wasn't there, and the ball sails out of bounds. And the turnover will give Lenoir-Rhyne the basketball back. With it in backcourt is Bearden. Bearden trapped. Gets here into the hands of Twinita, and she'll bring it into the front court. Twinita dribbles it to the top of the circle, goes right wing to Justice Swango. Lovely Locklear went for the steal, didn't get it. Twinita gets it back on the left wing, now dribbles at the top. Jump stop dribble Bearden, shot no, rebound Joyner, and a second chance opportunity for Lenoir-Rhyne. Skip past Swango. Locklear comes out to defend. Swango looks to drive baseline. Cut off by Lovely Locklear, and Swango is forced to dribble it back out to the top. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bearden at the top. Swango gets it back. Coming off the screen, left wing is Joyner, and it's going to be an illegal screen. Carly Bearden asking what she did wrong, but the foul goes on Bearden, her first, team second, and we've reached immediate timeout. 4:55 left to play in the third quarter. It's Lenoir-Rhyne 40, Tusculum 36. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
We'll go back in. It'll be Tusculum basketball coming out of the media timeout. 40-36, Lenoir-Rhyne with the lead. Pioneers with the basketball. With the basketball, Lovely Locklear, right wing feed, Kubidon, drives, kick out Casey Johnson, head fake, drive, and a reach-in foul. Going to be called on Lenoir-Rhyne, as the foul will go against Maddie Sudworth. That'll be just her second. It's the team's third here in the third quarter, and the Pioneers will have a fresh 30-second clock. And Callie Patterson will inbound to Condrea Duke, who both just checked into the game during that media timeout. Patterson holds it on the right wing. Skip pass to Kubidon left wing. Duke comes out to set a screen. Kubidon drives and throws it away. Justice Swango picks it up. Lovely Locklear giving chase. Swango traveled with it. No call. Missed shot. Rebound pulled down by Maddie Sudworth. At the top of the circle, Joyner. Driving, Joyner. Shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. So Lenoir-Rhyne cannot turn the Pioneer turnover into points. Casey Johnson travels. Swango gets away with the travel at this end. Casey Johnson doesn't at this end. Very frustrating. Lenoir-Rhyne basketball leading by 4 with 3:57 left to play in the third quarter. With it left wing, Joyner. Now to the top and Sudworth looking inside. Backdoor cut. Toinita got it to go. Nice backdoor look from Sudworth to Toinita. And LR leads by 6. Kubidon drives baseline. Kick out Locklear. Top of the circle, Johnson. Swings it around to Callie Patterson. Patterson backs it back out. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson, crossover dribble. Kicks it over to Casey Johnson, left wing. Johnson gets herself free. Fires for 3. Knocks it down. 3-point bucket. Casey Johnson. And the Pioneers back to within 3. Those 3-pointers are huge if you can get them to go. 42-39. LR with the lead and the basketball. For Casey, that's 11 points, but it stops a long scoring drought for Johnson. Pass tip by Duke, taken away by Callie Patterson. Pioneers on the run. Outlet feed to Kubidon, to Patterson. Look inside Duke. Turn, shoot, shot, no, but a foul. And Condrea Duke will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul going to be called on Carly Bearden. It'll be her second, team fourth. And Duke will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And if you've not watched Pioneer basketball this year, Condrea Duke shoots it one-handed. Puts that left hand on her hip and puts it up there with one hand. Nope, stops it. Puts the right hand on the hip and shoots one-armed left-handed. It was good. Maddie Sutton into the basketball game along with Mia Long and Sydney Wilson. Lovely comes out along with Kubidon. Casey Johnson also gets a breather, as that's who Maddie Sutton came in for. And Duke will be back to the free throw line to shoot one more with the one hand. 42-40 the score. Duke can cut the lead to 1 with the second free throw. Duke, free throw. Back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Cassidy Joyner. Outlet feed to Toinita. Toinita looks to drive. Guarded by Condrea Duke. That's a mismatch for the Pioneers. Picked up by Maddie Sutton now at the top. That's still a mismatch. Toinita with it on the left hand. Lost it. Got it back. Lob pass inside to Bearden. Turns over long. Shot no. Rebound Duke. Lost it out of bounds. They'll say Maddie Sudworth tipped it out of bounds from behind. So the Pioneers will have the basketball with 2:34 left to play in the third quarter. Head coach Devin Carter telling Condrea Duke, get 2 hands on the rebound and make sure it's yours. In other words, secure that rebound. Maddie Sutton comes across the timeline. Mia Long to Sydney Wilson, left wing. Duke with the wide eye saying, give me the basketball. Sydney Wilson into Condrea Duke. Turn, shoot, shot rolls. No, Maddie Sutton comes skying through to get the rebound and a second chance opportunity for the Pioneers. Wilson for 3, off balance 3, got it to go. Sydney Wilson knocks down the 3, and the Pioneers reclaim the lead, 43-42. 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Across the timeline is Kendall Toinita. Sydney Wilson guarding defensively. Pioneers reclaim the lead with Casey Johnson on the bench. Tuanita into Sudrith, turn, shoot, shot, good. I could record that. Maddie Sutton, turn, shoot, shot, good. You can just say it over and over and over again. Sudrith may be the silkiest, smoothest shooter in the league. Pioneers turn it over. Tipped and taken away by Cassidy Joyner. Outlet feed, Sudrith, shot, good. And a timeout call by head coach Devin Carter. 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here. 1:25 left to play in the third quarter. It is Lenoir-Rhyne 46, Tusculum 43. And after the Pioneers claim the lead on the Sidney Wilson 3, Lenoir-Rhyne scores the next 4, and they take the lead back, and the 30-second timeout takes us to immediate. We head to a break. 1:25 left to play in the third. LR 46, Tusculum 43. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Once again, just
46-43 the score. Lenoir-Rhyne with the lead. Justin Jeffers on hand. Nathan Humbert, game station engineer and the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network. And if you're just now joining us, you got me again for game 2. I'm sorry, but it is district high school tournament time. And folks, if you see Brian Staten and Nathan Humbert out in public, please thank them, because this time of year, they absolutely have no life. There are 10 high school basketball team, if you count girls and boys, all playing right now. And Brian Staten and Nathan Humbert absolutely work their fannies off to bring you action of all of them. And trust me, it's not for the money. They do it to bring the action to you and still get the Tusculum games on the air. So it is a thankless job, so please thank them if you see them out this time of year. Pioneer basketball, Maddie Sutton with the basketball at the top, 1:10 in the quarter. Long on the drive to the hole, put it up and in. She wanted a foul. She expressed that concern to the official and then now gets back on defense. 46-45 now the scores. The Pioneers in amped up full court pressure coming out of the timeout. Tuanita against Sidney Wilson in backcourt, and a timeout called by Lenoir-Rhyne. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 54.3 seconds left to play in the third. Lenoir-Rhyne 46, Tusculum 45. As Lenoir-Rhyne calls the timeout, as Tuanita was probably going to bring it into the front court before the 10-second violation, but Cameron Seeley, the head coach for LR, calls the timeout just to be safe, to keep the possession. As 54.3 in the third quarter clock and 22 seconds on the shot clock, Lenoir-Rhyne holds on to a 1-point lead in this game. Pioneers found themselves down by 4 not too long ago, but a Sidney Wilson 3 gave the Pioneers the lead. Lenoir-Rhyne scored the next 4. Pioneers called a timeout. Pioneers score coming out of the timeout, and now Lenoir-Rhyne has the basketball. Into Justice Swango, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Swango sets it up at the top. Mia Long comes out to defend. Swango, pass, tipped by Duke, saved by Denny. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock, and the Pioneers commit a foul, and that is an ill-advised foul for the Pioneers because you've got inside 10 seconds on the shot clock, and now Lenoir-Rhyne has a fresh 30-second shot clock. That drives a head coach crazy because you played hard for 20 seconds and you give them a fresh 30-second clock with the foul. Floater in the lane. Joyner is up and in. Joyner with the bucket. Long into the front court. Ahead to Lovely Locklear. And Locklear throws it away. Tipped and taken away by Kendall Tuanita. And a foul in backcourt going to be called on Lovely Locklear with 26.2 seconds left to play in the quarter. And LR will inbound side front court. They can take the last shot of this third quarter if they so choose. 48-45 the score. Inbound goes to Kendall Tuinita. Picked up by Lovely Locklear. Locklear guards her with 20 seconds. Tuinita dribbles on the left wing. Screen from Maddie Sudworth. Right wing feed goes to Justice Swango. Swango on Mia Long. Picked up by Condrea Duke. Left wing feed to Joyner. 9 seconds to play in the quarter. Lovely Locklear picks up Joyner. Joyner on the drive and a traveling violation on Joyner. Joyner tried to stop, and then she kind of got discombobulated because she wasn't sure if she wanted to stop or pass, and she didn't do either. Pioneers with Long with 2 seconds. Lovely Locklear had no idea how much time was on the clock, and the Pioneers don't get a shot off. We've played 3 with your score. Lenoir-Rhyne 48, Tusculum 45. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Sports, once again.
It'll be Pioneer basketball coming out of the fourth quarter, or the third quarter timeout. Pioneers down by 3 with the ball to start the fourth quarter. Mia Long with Casey Johnson. Left wing to Kubidon. Back to the top and Johnson. Long dribbles in the lane. Off the glass. Shot rolls no. Rebound Duke, and she'll draw the foul on her way back up. As the foul going to go against Lenoir-Rhyne's Jackie Denny. That'll be her third. It's the team's first of this fourth quarter. And Condrea Duke will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. In the game, Duke 1 for 2 from the free throw line. That's her only point. And she can pull her team back within 1 with both free throws. One-handed, left-handed free throw is off the mark, no good. Marie Ritchie back into the game for Lenoir-Rhyne as Jackie Denny goes out. Condrea Duke back to the line to shoot her second. Can trim the deficit to 2 with the free throw. Duke, free throw, good. Condrea Duke makes good on 1 of 2. She's now 2 of 4 from the free throw line of the game. She has 2 points, and her team trails by 2. Maddie Sudworth with the basketball in backcourt. It is out of bounds off of the Pioneers. There's 2 seconds. LR has 2 seconds to get the basketball in front court as they're dribbling all the way at the other end on the baseline. Swango gets it in, holds the ball. Long pass into the front court, chased down by Tuinita. And a 10-second violation is going to be called. Evidently, I didn't know this, but evidently it has to be touched in front court or the 10-second clock still rolls, because the ball was in front court in plenty of time, but Tuinita did not touch it. So evidently a player from Lenoir-Rhyne had to touch it in front court, or it's still a 10-second violation. Either they totally botched that one, or that's a rule I didn't know. By the Randy Loggins laugh, I'm thinking the officials just totally botched that one and the Pioneers caught a break. Well, we turned it off over anyway. So it'll be Lenoir-Rhyne basketball as Tusculum can't take the break and do anything with it. And with the basketball, Kendall Tuinita as Kubidon traps her there. Tuinita trying to give herself space, hands it off to Joyner. 15 seconds now on the shot clock. Joyner goes to work on Sydney Wilson. Lob pass into Tuinita. Tuinita Maddie Sudworth drives baseline on Johnson. Johnson kick to the free throw line, Ritchie, and a foul going to be called on the floor going against the Pioneers and going on Mia Long. Here, I thought I'd learned a new rule and all, and it turns out the officials just totally botched it. Maddie Sudworth, drive, shot, no. Rebound, battle for, and Condrea Duke comes away with it for the Pioneers. Mia Long, outlet feed, Kubidon all the way to the hoop, put it up and in. Duke with the rebound, Long with the outlet pass. Yulizma Kubidon sprinting at the other end, and the Pioneers have tied it at 48. 8:39 left to play in the game. Across the timeline, Tanita. Into the deep left corner, Justice Swingo. Now to Ritchie. Ritchie gets away with a travel, according to head coach Devin Carter. Now to the free throw line, Maddie Sudworth. Sudworth hands it off to Anita. She'll drive on Kubidon, gets away with a push-off, and her shot's no good. Sydney Wilson comes away with the free throw. Mia Long, nobody stopped basketball all the way to the hoop. No, but a foul. Mia Long could not convert, but she'll be at the free throw line to shoot two. The foul on Marie Ritchie, her first. Team second. Evidently, the official does not know his name is Mr. Ref. Mia Long, free throw. He's up and in. Sorry, Coach. He didn't go by Mr. Ref. Second free throw upcoming for Mia Long. She can push the Pioneer lead to two. She can't. Back iron, no good. Pioneers lead by one as they sag back on defense. Cameron Seeley gives the official an earful as he comes there to the front court, more than likely telling him that she now will refer to him as Mr. Ref if he would like to answer her holler. Justice Swingo through the lane, picked up by Sydney Wilson. Nice pass to Anita. Spin move, Ritchie. Outlet feed, Joyner for three. No good. Rebound by Joyner. Drives baseline. Bump by Duke, and the ball's taken away by Mia Long. Long on the drive. Through the lane to the hole. Shot no. And a late whistle and foul. And Cameron Seeley almost spit her gum out. She's so upset. And a warning has been given to Cameron Seeley. I bet if her gum hadn't flown out, they wouldn't have given her a warning. 49-48 is the call, or is the score. Mia Long will be at the free throw line to shoot a pair as the foul was called on Lenoir-Rhyne. I don't think the call is what upset Cameron Seeley so much. I think it was the late whistle that upset Cameron Seeley so much. Because I had already continued to do the play-by-play of the rebound from Duke and then the whistle. I think that's what got Cameron Seeley upset. The free throw is up and in from Mia Long. The foul on Kendall Toinita, it's her second, the team's third, and Mia Long at the line shooting a second free throw, which is in, out, no. Rebound pulled down LR. 50-48 the score. Pioneers with the lead. Lenoir-Rhyne with the basketball. Cameron Seeley screams out the play with what I hope is a new piece of gum. Justice Swingo doesn't get it. Maddie Sudworth keeps it at the free throw line with a face full of Casey Johnson. Sudworth back outside to Joyner. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sydney Wilson comes out to defend. Joyner drives on Wilson, gets a screen from Sudworth. Joyner knocks Wilson to the floor, and then a foul going to be called on Duke. A foul going to be called on Condrea Duke after Joyner knocked Sydney Wilson to the floor with the offhand. The foul going to be called on Condrea Duke. That'll be her first. It's the team's second, and Cassidy Joyner at the line shooting a pair. That is called justice because the first free throw is no good. How often do you see that? When it's a terrible call, the free throw shooter misses the front end. And she did. She makes one of two. The lead is now one for the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson for three. Yes! Sydney Wilson knocks down the three at the other end, and the Pioneers push their lead to four. 53-49, 6:57 to play in the game. Kubidon trying to chase down Sudworth. Shot. Good. Pioneers get beat back defensively as Lenoir-Rhyne passes over the top of the Pioneer press. Maddie Sudworth beat Yulizma Kubidon back, and Sudworth gets the 2 points. She now has 20 in the game, and Lenoir-Rhyne back within two. Don't stop scoring now if you're a Pioneer. Sydney Wilson skip past Mia Long. Long with 15 seconds on the shot clock will drive. Kicks it out, Kubidon, extra pass, Wilson for three. Got it to go again. Back-to-back threes for Sydney Wilson, and the Pioneers lead 56-51. LR in backcourt. Justice Swango across the timeline, working on Mia Long. Backs her all the way near the timeline, and Justice Swango will reset the offense with 15 seconds on the shot clock. I'd love to tell you what's going on, but Devin Carter's right in front of me. In the corner, Tornita, I think, dribbles to the free throw line, drives on Duke, scoop shot, no, rebound tipped, picked up by Mia Long. Long looks to run, outlet feed, Kubidon, all the way to the hole, put it up and in. Timeout, Cameron Seeley. We head to a break. 5:47 left to play in the game. It is Tusculum 58, Lenoir-Rhyne 51. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
You got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Second violation was called correctly. When a long pass is thrown into front court, it has to be touched in front court, or it's still a 10-second violation. You have to touch the basketball in front court, or the 10-second call is still on. So the officials got it right, which means Randy Loggins was laughing at something totally different, which I'll have to ask him that later. Lenoir-Rhyne with the basketball. Tornita on the drive all the way to the hoop, put it off the glass and in. Cameron Seeley draws up a nice play out of the timeout and pulls her team back within 5. Clock running time for the Pioneers. They lead by 5 with 5:15 left to play in the game. Head coach Devin Carter more than likely does not want to see a shot early in this shot clock, just like that one, as it was an off-balance shot, and Lenoir-Rhyne comes away with the rebound. Into the front court comes Tornita. Right wing to Maddie Sudrith. Maddie Sudrith, who has had a very quiet 22 points. She just keeps on scoring. All the way to the hoop, Tornita, who puts it up and in. Back the other way come the Pioneers. Mia Long through the lane, all the way to the hole, drew the foul, hoop and the harm, Mia Long. Mia Long with the bucket. She'll be at the line trying to complete the three-point play. Jackie Denny commits the foul. That's her 4th. And Mia Long will try to push the Pioneer lead to 6. 4:49 left to play in the fourth quarter. Long, free throw, is up and in. (61-55). Pioneers with the lead. Lenoir-Rhyne with the basketball. Justice Swango brings it into the front court for the Bears. Goes left wing to Bearden. Back to Swango. Lost the handle. Trying to control it. Picks it up. And gets it to Bearden at the top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bearden backs her way out. Hands it off to Tornita with 6 seconds. Tornita to Bearden. Jumper from the free throw line. Rolls off no. Rebound tip. Picked up by the Pioneers and Mia Long. And they'll say Mia dribbled it on the baseline. So Mia Long dribbled it on the baseline. That'll give the basketball to Lenoir-Rhyne with a fresh 30-second clock and 4:18 to play in the game. Pioneers lead by 6. This one is far from over. Tornita lobs it to the top, and Bearden. Bearden holds it there, waits on help. Gets a screen from Denny. Puts it on the floor, goes right wing to Tornita. Looking inside for Sudrith, and a reach-in foul will be called on the Pioneers. Kubidon thought she got a clean steal, but the foul's going to be on Yelizma Kubidon. Her second. It's the team's third, and LR will end down on the baseline with Twinita with a fresh 30-second clock. Into Bearden, hands it off to Twinita. Fakes the three, goes to the top, and Justice Swango. Mia Long comes out to defend. Swango calls out the play, the tapping of the top of the head play, whatever that is. Entry pass, Bearden turns, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Sydney Wilson as she turned, ran over Sydney Wilson. Wilson fell to the floor, had position, and the officials get together and change the call to the right call. It will be a charging foul on Lenoir-Rhyne. How one official saw a block, I will never know unless the official thought her foot was inside the arc underneath the bucket. The foul will go on Carly Bearden, her third. And Cameron Seeley says it's better for me if I just don't even talk to you, and she is chomping that gum now. Cameron Seeley, who was a and Tusculum has to call a timeout because Condrea Duke didn't get to the scorer's table to check in, but she went on the floor. We will take a quick 30-second break. Your score, Tusculum 61, Lenoir-Rhyne 55. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take her for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Have gone back and decided, even though they didn't see it during the time, the officials have gone back and have called the Pioneers for having 6 players on the floor. Even though they didn't call it at the time, Lenoir-Rhyne or Tusculum called a timeout so it would not happen. They have gone back and charged the Pioneers with a technical foul for having 6 players on the floor. It is the correct call because Tusculum did have 6 players on the floor. But this is not Division I. You cannot go back and look at the monitors or change the call or... First free throw was no good. Second free throw was up and in. One free throw was made. We go back to where action was stopped. It's Tusculum basketball. I was warned by the official for telling him this is not Division I. I wasn't talking to him. I was talking to you. Casey Johnson for 3. It's up and in. With the basketball in backcourt. Handoff is to Kendall Twinita. Twinita fell to the floor. And I'm not sure what's going to be called. Was a kicking violation called, I guess? Twinita fell to the floor. Lenoir-Rhyne keeps possession of the basketball. 19 seconds on the shot clock as Lenoir-Rhyne inbounds the basketball. Justice Swango will chase down the basketball. Maddie Sudrith drives, travels, and draws the foul. 3:17 left to play in the basketball game. 64-56 the score. And Lenoir-Rhyne will be to the free throw line to shoot 2. Maddie Sudrith free throw is up and in. The foul on the Pioneers on Casey Johnson, her second. Second free throw is up and in. 64-58 the score. 3:15 left to play in the game. Elise McCubion dribbling. Goes left wing to Casey Johnson into Duke, out of her reach and out of bounds. Turnover Pioneers. Lenoir-Rhyne will have the basketball back with 3:05 left to play in the game. Tornita with the basketball in backcourt, picked up by Casey Johnson. Lob pass inside. Sudrith turns, shoots, shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Condrea Duke. Mia Long will slow it down under the directions of head coach Devin Carter. Long, crossover dribble, now dribbles on the right wing. Casey Johnson picks it up on the drive. A drive and a jump ball is going to be the call. And Lenoir-Rhyne will have the basketball back. Lenoir-Rhyne inbounding against full court pressure from the Pioneers. Lenoir-Rhyne double team trap, gets out of it to Tornita. 2-on-1 break for Lenoir-Rhyne. Here to the deep left corner, Joyner. Jumper on its way is good. Joyner knocks down the three. 64-61 the score. 2:25 left to play in the basketball game. Mia Long, floater, no, but a foul. And Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Mia Long will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul on Justice Swango. That'll be her second. It is the 5th team foul. Called on Lenoir-Rhyne. The first free throw from Mia Long is up and in. Long makes good on the first. She'll have a second. Second free throw is back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Maddie Sudrith of Lenoir-Rhyne. Sudrith in backcourt working on Casey Johnson, and a foul is going to be called on Casey Johnson, a blocking foul, and will walk to the other end, and Sudrith will shoot 2 free throws. The foul on Casey Johnson, her third. Team 5th. Maddie Sudrith free throw is on its way. And good. Sudrith will have a second. Second free throw is also good. 65-63, 2:19 left to play in the fourth quarter. Mia Long. Picked up by Kubidon on the drive to the hole. Shot no, but a foul. And Kubidon will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul called on Jackie Denny. That's her 5th. So Denny has fouled out of the basketball game with 5 points and 2 rebounds. Into the game comes Carly Bearden. And Elise McCubidon will be at the line to shoot a pair. Kubidon, free throw is up and in. Kubidon will have a second. Second free throw no good. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Tipped away by Tornita and out of bounds. And the Pioneers will retain possession with 25 seconds on the shot clock. 2:02 left to play in the fourth quarter. 66-63. With 1:55 left to play. Kubidon had it stripped. Tornita picks it up. And a lob pass to Maddie Sudrith. Sudrith working on Mia Long. Will go to the hoop and lay it up and in. 66-65. 1:43 left to play in the game. Pioneers lead by 1. Wilson for 3. Shot short. No, but a foul. And Sydney Wilson will be to the free throw line to shoot 3. The foul called on Joyner will be her second. Lovely Locklear set to check into the game for the Pioneers, but Sydney Wilson will have 3 free throws. And in doing so, could push the Pioneer lead to 4, but she misses the front end of the 3-shot foul. Sydney Wilson will have a second free throw. She'll also have a third, but the second one is upcoming, which is up and in. Lovely Locklear checks in. Yelizma Kubidon comes out. Sydney Wilson at the line to shoot her third, and in doing so could push the Pioneers' lead to 3. Free throw, good. Sydney Wilson makes good on 2 of 3. It's 68-65 with 1:38 left to play in the fourth. Mia Long went for the steal, didn't get it, and Tuanita comes there into the front court. Justice Swango dribbling on the right wing. Maddie Sudworth threw it away, but it's picked up by Joyner. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Justice Swango dribbling at the free throw line. Swango, crossover dribble, dribbles out near the timeline. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Screen from Sudworth. Sudworth comes off the screen. Swango goes to the top. Bearden will fire for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, tapped around and picked up by Justice Swango with 1:07 left to play in the game. Fresh 30-second clock for Lenoir-Rhyne. Pioneers lead by 3. Sudworth with the basketball at the top. Joyner gets it. Lovely Locklear defending. Handoff to Tuanita with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Left wing feed. Swango. 10 seconds. Swango with 8 seconds. Gets a screen from Sudworth. She will drive. Kick out. Tipped and taken away by Mia Long. Pioneers can run this clock down to 10 seconds if they so choose. Timeout Tusculum. So full timeout. We head to a break. 36.2 seconds left to play in the game. It's Tusculum 68, Lenoir-Rhyne 65.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Network. Pioneer Basketball. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
36.2 seconds left to play in the basketball game. 68-65. The Pioneers with the lead and the basketball. Casey Johnson set to get it in for Tusculum. Johnson gets it into Callie Patterson. She's fouled by Justice Swango, and Callie Patterson will shoot 2 free throws. The foul on Justice Swango will be her third personal. And Callie Patterson will be to the free throw line. Callie Patterson free throw rolls off no. So the lead is 3. Callie Patterson with an extremely important free throw upcoming for the Pioneers. Patterson free throw is up and in. It is now a 4-point lead for Tusculum. Inbounds feed goes to Bearden. Bearden in backcourt with 30 seconds. Into the hands of Tuanita with 25 seconds. Maddie Sudworth holds the basketball, hands it off to Tuanita. Floater off the glass, no good. Rebound Casey Johnson. She holds the ball. She's fouled. And Casey Johnson will walk to the other end to shoot 2 free throws as the foul. The foul called on Carly Bearden, her 4th. And the Pioneers' Casey Johnson will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Casey Johnson, free throw is up and good. Mia Long checks in. Callie Patterson will come out, and Casey Johnson will be back to the free throw line, trying to extend her team's lead to 6. Johnson, who has 14 points in the game, and a timeout called by Lenoir-Rhyne. 19 seconds left to play in the game, and it is a full timeout. We step away. 19 seconds left to play in the game. It's Tusculum 70, Lenoir-Rhyne 65. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin Jeffers.
70-65, Pioneers with a 5-point lead. Lenoir-Rhyne called a timeout to advance the basketball into the front court. And they will inbound side front court right in front of their own bench. Justice Swango to get it in. Tunita comes off the screen, doesn't get it. 5-second count is on, and wow. That was a quick 5 seconds, and I'm going to agree with Cameron Seeley on that one. I thought the count was at like 3, and a technical has been called on Cameron Seeley. Well, the officials have been a little touchy in this one. They've even warned the radio guy who was talking to you, not them. And to my credit, what I was saying loudly, because I had my headset off so I could hear, was this is not Division I. You can't go back to the monitors. But I wasn't talking to the official, but he heard it, didn't like it. But he didn't, I don't think he fully heard it because he was too busy getting an earful from Devin Carter. He's not ambidextrous. He can't hear two conversations at once. But my apologies. I'm sorry. I'm the bad guy. 72-65 the score after the made technical free throws from the Pioneers. After a technical foul was called on Cameron Seeley for questioning the officials' counting ability. 72-65 the score as the foul called on Justice Swango, her fourth. And the Pioneers will send Callie Patterson to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Callie misses the front end of the two-shot foul. Her team still leads by 7. Lovely Locklear set to check in if Patterson makes the free throw, which she does. Locklear in, Long in. Patterson comes out along with Sydney Wilson. 73-65 the score, 18 seconds left to play in the game. Inbounds pass goes to Joyner in backcourt. Joyner with 15 seconds brings it across the timeline. Joyner threw it to herself, as it turns out. Lob pass to the top. Toinita will fire for 3. That one sidearm no good. Rebound Duke. Scramble for the basketball. Out of bounds off of Lenoir-Rhyne. And the Pioneers, all they have to do is inbound with 4 seconds left to play in the basketball game. Head coach Devin Carter trying to get subs in. Doesn't matter. He's going to dribble the clock out. And Casey Johnson will do the honors. And this basketball game is in the books. Your final score, Tusculum 73, Lenoir-Rhyne 65. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
When it comes to keeping your car, truck, or SUV clean, Wash Depot makes the job easy and convenient. They offer your choice of soft cloth, touchless, or self-serve wash bays. How many spots here? Intersection of the 107 and Hardings, plus a second location on the bypass across from the movie theater.